Alright, I'm back for turning point 2. Before we start turning point 2, I have to fix an error. I made a mistake. Sort of a big one, because my Thane has been into a couple of fights. The first fight, he killed the Termagant, but the Termagant did 2 damage to him. Then he had a counteract charge, killed another Termagant over here that did 2 more damage to him, so he had 4 damage on him. And then he got shot, and that would have killed him. So the medic has something he can do that saves characters, and it happens when a Hearthkyn Salvager would get incapacitated. So it's the medic ability. I could do it once per turning point. The first time during each turning point that another friendly Hearthkyn Salvager operative would be removed from the kill zone as incapacitated, while visible to and within 3 inches of this operative. Oh, so I couldn't do that because at the time my medic was not within 3 inches of him. This is a bit limiting. 3 inches is pretty close by. Yeah, visible to and within 3 inches. So I'm just going to remove my my Thane as deceased, incapacitated. He's a goner. And now I'll continue with the turning point 2. I have to roll for initiative. Alright, the Tyranids have initiative in turning point 2. I'm going to get 2 command points. In the strategy phase, I'm going to spend a command point on a strategic gambit. I'm going to use proximate firepower. Hearthkyn Salvagers are extremely effective in close quarters environments. When a friendly Hearthkyn Salvager operative is shooting an enemy operative within 6 inches of it, improve the hit stat of its ranged weapons by 1 to a max of 3+. Alright, still in the strategy phase, I have to set up D3+1 reinforcements. Same as they originally were set up. So with a conceal order within 2 inches of a random NPO drop zone, and more than 2 inches from other operatives if possible. So 2, that works out perfectly because there are only 2 left in the reinforcement pool. That puts it back to 10 total on the board, and I'm not supposed to go over 10. See where they're gonna respawn at. I'm gonna spawn at 3 and 4. Alright, 3 is the edge I'm trying to get off of, and 4 is this corner. So it's basically this corner right here. I'll put 1 in 3 and put 1 in 4. Okay, here are the reinforcements I set up. I forgot to flip over all the activation tokens. I just did that. I've also placed a grudge token on this Termagant. He's the one that shot and killed my Thane, so he gets a grudge token. And I think everything else looks pretty good. I'm going to flip a card for the NPO's first activation. Okay, as per the mission rules, I had to recreate the deck in the ready step of the turning point. So there's a new deck of cards here shuffled up, and their first activation card is a 4. That's going to be activate 1 Termagant, and he'll have balanced. Now, it didn't take me long to figure out which one should shoot. It's definitely going to be this guy up here. He's looking down at 3 targets that are in the open. The lugger has 4 damage on him, so he is going to be the target of choice. He's also the closest. So yeah, 4 shots from the flesh borer with balance, and the lugger is going to get his basic 3 defense dice. He needs 4s to hit the Termagant. He got 2 hits. He can reroll 1 because of balance. That's another hit. So 3 hits, and I have 2 blocks. So 1 regular damage goes through. I think it'll be enough to kill the lugger because I only have 8 wounds on him. regular damage on the flesh borer. If it's 3, I'm alive. It is. It's only 3. So he has 7 damage on him, 1 left. So he's hanging by a thread there with 1 health. Doesn't look like... Well, there are 2 termagants nearby that can't shoot him, so I'm going to see if I could pull something off to maybe try and get him healed. Okay, for my activation, I think it's going to be this warrior. On this side of the board, I've got a termagant with only 1 health left. He's got 6 damage out of... He's got 6 wounds on him. He only has 7 health. So I'm going to shoot, and then maybe he'll reposition or dash. Right, warrior has accurate 1 on his bolter. No blocks for the termagant. They need 5s to block. And the warrior needs 4s to hit. So it's just that 1 accurate shot that hits. But that's going to be enough. All I needed to do was 1 point of damage. So the warrior fires his bolter, kills this termagant. And then he is going to just reposition up to the barricade. And bring his wounds along with him. This should be an engage token. Forgot to do that. Put it there expended, and it'll be the NPO's turn. NPO will be activating 1 termagant, and he'll have balance. Alright, so I have to choose an NPO that is able to fight or shoot, and that is most threatening to do so. So the one that has like the better weapon, or in this case is more likely to incapacitate an enemy operative. And my enemy operative is the lugger that's inside the stronghold with 1 health left. So what's going to happen, unfortunately, is this termagant is going to activate, climb to the top of the stronghold, and shoot down at the lugger. Alright, termagant climbed up to the top. He's shooting down at the lugger. Need 4s. He got 3 hits. One of them is a crit. The lugger has a crit to block, but missed his other 2. So he is going to die. I could block the crit, but 6 more damage go through. Here's what I'm going to do. Activate my Cognitar. He can see this termagant with the grudge token on it. So he's going to get an engage token. He's going to turn around, and he's going to fire his bolter right at that termagant. He's got accurate. And he needs 4s to hit, so he got 2 hits and no defense for the termagant. The grudge token does something. This is my faction rule. So whenever a friendly Hearthkyn Salvager operative is shooting against, fighting against, or retaliating against an enemy operative, for each of your grudge tokens that enemy has, you can retain one of your normal successes as a critical instead. Yeah, so we'll just make one of these a critical, and now it's even worse for that termagant. Pretty sure he's going to die because it's a bolter with damage 3-4. So that's, 10 damage. He just got reduced to a little slimy purple puddle? Purple? Green? I don't know what color the blood is. Alright, there's an ace for the NPOs, so I'm going to choose 1. Okay, I'm down at the other end of the board now. I've got a termagant up on top of this large ruin, and he can see 2 salvagers in that stronghold. The same one with the 2 termagants hovering above on the top floor. So he's going to dash and fire. I'm not sure yet which. It looks like the Kinlink might be closest, so I think he's going to fire at the Kinlink. Okay, he's got vantage, so accurate 1. However, I'm obscured because if you look at the termagant from his view, he cannot see either of those salvagers fully. So that's terrain in between. Counts as obscuring. I don't get cover, but now a success has to be turned into a miss, and a critical has to be turned into a regular success. So that critical just becomes a success. And he has 2 successes. I have 3 saves, so no damage. I'm going to activate this warrior. He's going to get an engage token. He'll reposition to right around here, and then he'll fire at that termagant. All right, here's his attack. He's accurate 1. Wow, that's a good roll. So a crit, 3 other hits. The termagant did block twice, so he's going to block 2 regular hits. A crit and a regular go through. A warrior damage on his bolter is 4 and 3, 4, which is 7, enough to kill a termagant, just enough. All right, this termagant gets destroyed. Job done. NPOs. Activate 1. Okay, I'm going to activate this termagant here because he has line of sight to the Cognitar who's in the open to him. Down the center of the board there. Alright, he doesn't need to re-roll anything with balance. He hit every time with a crit. The Cognitar has 2 saves. So it looks like a crit and a regular will go through. That's 7 damage. The Cognitar has 8 wounds total, so he's down to 1. It's time for my medic to step into action. My medic is right here. He's going to activate, reposition, and heal the Cognitar. I think the Cognitar is a robot, isn't it? But I guess the medic has some tools in his med kit. So 2d3 lost wounds. 2 and 2, 4 wounds come back. 1 NPO. Alright, this termagant here will get an engage token. I think he is going to have to dash to get clear of the wall to really see the medic. So I don't know, I'll put him right there. Now, I felt with me, I would shoot the medic, but according to the threat principle, he wants to shoot who's I want to choose the target that is most threatening. Right now it's this one because this is the one that has line of sight and can shoot something. Everything else can't really see anything or has already been activated. And then when it comes to the target, I want to pick a target that has wounds on it already. So I want to pick something that's not obscured or in cover. Neither of those 2 models are. That's the medic and the Cognitar down there. They're really blurry right now, but it's those 2 guys there. And the Cognitar is the one that has the wounds on it. So not obscured, not in cover, an objective marker within its control range. There are no objectives here. Closest, and then wounded. So I'm going to go with wounded, and even though I would shoot the medic because he's running around healing everybody, the threat principle says shoot who has the wounds, which I guess that also could make sense because it only needs to do 5 damage to kill him. Okay, he's got balanced. So 2 hits with a crit. I have 3 blocks with a crit. Alright, I have 2 operatives that are ready. I have the dozer, that's back here. And my jump pack is right here in the corner of this large ruin. He's got a wound on him. I think... I don't think I have the range to jump up here and shoot them. But that might be foolish. I need to start preserving bodies to get to the other side because I need to get at least 1/3 of my forces over the edge to the other side to win. And I've already lost 2, so I'm down to 8. So I have 4, I have to preserve 4 out of 8 just to get to the other side. So maybe I start moving him forward. I am going to move him forward. So I'm going to activate the jump pack warrior, and he's going to move up. Probably move up to cover here behind one of these barricades. Alright, after his reposition and dash, he winds up right here next to the warriors. What is the 8? The activate 2 ready termagant NPOs. one after the other. There are only 2 remaining. Here are the last 2 remaining termagants that have to activate. Everybody else has been activated. They have 2 AP. They want to move and shoot. Okay, I see who their targets could be. There's a whole bunch of them over there. The 2 warriors and the jump pack warrior. And it looks like there's a warrior with 3 wounds, so that'll be the target. Okay, the termagant used 1 AP to dash. Second AP to shoot the warrior that's over there. There are 3 models. There are 2 of them are warriors, and one of them is the jump pack warrior that just got there. So that one in the middle is the one with the 3 wounds. It's the one that he's going to shoot. Needs 4s. He got 2 hits. I need 3s. I only got 1 3. So 3 damage goes through. Puts 6 total. The warrior is down to 2 wounds. Now I've got to do it again with this one. He's going to have to reposition to get out here and have line of sight to that warrior. Alright, there you see he moved. And there you see his targets. He just needs 1 hit without a block. And he got 3 hits, 1 being a crit, and I got no blocks. So that warrior is toast. I've got my dozer back here yet to activate. There are no threats back here, not yet anyway. He is going to go through the hatch and head to the other side of the board. I almost forgot about these guys. I have a gunner and a kinlink in the stronghold, both ready to activate. So let me do the gunner first. He's got a heavy weapon he could reposition only. I started flipping tokens thinking that the turning point was over. It's not yet. I have two activations left. So yeah, a reposition, or in this case it can be a reposition only, but he doesn't have to go his full distance. So he's going to go up to the wall and he's going to shoot at that termagant, which is right there. He's going to shoot at this guy. Alright, the gunner with the big rotary cannon. Focused gives him 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. It's damage 4-5 with ceaseless, heavy, reposition only, and saturate. 1 critical block, and 3 hits total. So the crits cancel each other, 2 regulars cancel, and I get 1 goes through for 4 damage. For the NPOs, they are going to activate 2 ready termagants. I don't think there are any. Okay, this is my guy right here. My last ready operative is the kinlink. He is going to move up and try to kill this termagant that just got shot. Okay, I moved him out of the stronghold, up over the wall right here. He is facing 3 termagants right here and in the open now to them. But he had 2 termagants behind him, shooting down on him with advantage. So, you know, one or the other. The kinlink is like a warrior. He's got the Autek pattern bolter with accurate. So I get 1 success already. I have 3 others and only 1 critical block, so that's enough to kill that termagant. Alright, good shooting by the kinlink. Pew pew. My girlfriend says I play with G.I. Joes. She's not too far off. Alright, let me give a quick check to see, make sure everybody has been activated. Yeah, it looks like it. So that's the end of the turning point. And right now we're back to where we started. So my deployment and my finish line going left to right. We'll start turning point 3.